Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin this week's episode of The Real Rush, I would like to hold a moment of silence to reflect, to remember, and pay respects to this brave soul chicken who courageously sacrificed its life so your boy J-Dub could eat today. Let us bow our heads. Bang your head to the opening rib! Ha! Oh Lord, we bless the chicken. Thank God it was finger licking. What's happening, y'all? It's your boy J-Dub, and welcome to episode 49 of The Real Rush, right here on YouTube. Episode 49, and your boy is feeling fine. Why? Because we had another easy weekend this weekend. Even easier than last weekend. You know why that is? Because I'm filming this on Saturday. I couldn't do that last week because last Saturday was all day wrestling. And your boy lost his goddamn mind. People were asking me all week, like, what'd you do on Labor Day weekend? I was like, I don't fucking remember. Well, okay, so enough of that. I still have no answer to that question. So, we had easy week this week. 3 movies. But there is a little bit of a wrestling nugget that I do want to get out there. Your boy got tickets to the next AEW pay-per-view Full Gear up in Baltimore come November. So put that on top of the AEW and DC show going on next month. And good God, your boy's gonna lose his motherfucking mind. But that's October and November. We just now got to September. I didn't even realize it was September until somebody was like, hey, fucking football kicks off tomorrow. So obviously that was on Wednesday. I was like, well, it kicks off tomorrow? Because I ain't gonna be watching no game. I'm gonna go see the clown. I'm trying to go see the clown. And that's exactly what I did on Thursday night. And that is part of this week's Real Rush ticket. So as I stated a couple moments ago for y'all, I got 3 new movies to review for y'all this week. How y'all doing this week? How was your Labor Day weekend, huh? Was good? Did you get some rest? Did you do some cooking out? Are you wearing white after Labor Day? Because that's bad luck. Or, you know, you might crack your back. Or, you know, Pennywise might come fucking get you. I don't know. Is that still even a thing? Like, not supposed to wear white after Labor Day? That's like, don't feed the fucking gremlins after midnight, but it's always after midnight somewhere, right? Isn't it always after Labor Day somewhere? Right? Something like that? I don't know. It's always after, because it's after Labor Day last year, right? So when is it safe to wear white again? When is it safe to feed the fucking gremlins again after midnight? They never told you that shit, did they? Maybe one of these days I'll do a little bit of a Real Rush investigative report on that. But that's then, this is now. So we're going to go ahead and get on down to these 3 movies on this week's Real Rush ticket that we got for y'all. And of course, what do I want to kick things off with this week? This week's big ass opener. The one that everybody is interested about, but too scared to go almost see. And you don't gotta be scared. You ain't got to be scared. Grow your cojones and let's go see the clown. Let's go see the clown, huh? Yes. It. Chapter 2 opened this past Thursday. Technically officially Friday, but you know me. Thursdays, baby. 138 Thursdays in a row is what the Real Rush has been doing. We're up to 515 movies. 136 so far this year. This was number 134. So as you can see, unlike any other professional sports, much like, you know, the one that just kicked off this past Thursday, the Real Rush has no off season. But again, let's get on down to the brass tacks of Mr. Pennywise and It Chapter 2. So It Chapter 2 picks up 27 years later, after the events of It Chapter 1. And I'm not going to mention the exact events of It Chapter 1, because if you haven't seen It Chapter 1, if you watch The Real Rush, you know that I try to keep this as non-spoiler as possible. So if your ass ain't seen It Chapter 1, number one, you need to go see that shit right now. Or else, It Chapter 2 probably ain't going to make too much goddamn sense. So let's get on down to the brass tacks of It Chapter 2. So It Chapter 2, 27 years later, Derry, Maine. Mike Hanlon, he's the only one to stay behind out of the Losers Club in Derry. And guess what? Now it's 2016 in the movie, and the clown is back. He's been missing the Losers Club. He's been wanting the Losers Club. And he's gonna get them, come hell or high water. No matter what, he shall possess them. So in this one, as the grown-up Losers Club, we got James McAvoy, you got Bill Hader, you got Jessica Chastain, you got James Ransone, you got Isaiah Mustafa. If you don't know him by name, Isaiah Mustafa, and he doesn't even look like it in the movie, that's the Old Spice guy, y'all. Yes, that's the Old Spice guy. So, now, the Losers Club, they come back to Derry. They reunite because they did make that pact. And that's not giving anything away. Because if you saw the trailer, I guess that kind of does give shit away with what happens at the end of the number one. But I'm not going to give it away. But they made an oath. They made a pact. If it ever came back, they would come back together. Well, it fucking came back. And now they got to come together because they didn't stop that shit the first time. So Chapter 2. Got to come together and stop that shit this time. Does it work? Does it not? Maybe. Maybe not. But it's a damn good movie on telling what the fuck happens and what doesn't happen. And why is it such a good movie? Let's break that shit on down for you. Alright, first off, very well done. Very well done. Just like the first one, very well done. I'm not going to compare it to the miniseries of the early 90s. Because it's not necessarily two different movies, but both based off the same book. Obviously, this one, definitely more gory. Speaking of which, they mentioned something that this movie had like the most blood in it out of every movie and out of any movie ever made. I was kind of looking forward to that, you know, kind of just, you know, feast my eyes upon, you know, this factoid. I think I might have to kind of dispute that. Just, you know, being a Quentin Tarantino fan, Kill Bill Volume 1 seemed to have way more amounts of gallons of blood in it than this did. But hey, that's okay. That's okay. That doesn't mean that the shocks aren't still there. Now, given the fact that this is a continuation of a horror story, I must say that there aren't as many scares in It Chapter 2 as there are in It Chapter 1. But that's okay. Because when the scares do happen, that shit is fucked up. And it will make you jump. Chris Cross will make you jump. But Chris Cross would say, fuck that shit, I'm Audi 5000. If they ever came across Pennywise. I saw this up at the Airbus the other night. I saw it in full tilt, 5-story screen, 6-story screen, IMAX. And for a second I thought I was going to have the whole theater to myself, which probably would have made it an even like more terrifying experience. Thank God that was not the case. Excuse me. It Chapter 2, without giving anything away, it provides really good closure to the story, I felt. The story arcs, the character development, really well done. The adult portrayals versus the child or the preteen actor portrayals are mirror images of one another. The winner of this being James Ransone and Jack Dylan Grazer are spitting images of one another as respectively the older and the younger, Eddie Kaspbrak. So bravo on the casting choices on this. Everybody was saying, well, if Sophia Lillis played Beverly Marsh in the first one, the obvious choice for the second one would be Amy Adams. But since they already starred in the HBO series Big Little Lies or whatever it's called together, they kind of put that out. That kind of put that out of the running. You can't do that too many times. So Jessica Chastain did a really good job as the grown-up Beverly Marsh. James McAvoy goes without saying. I mean, he's James fucking McAvoy. When's the last time you saw that dude do a bad role? And the selling point of this movie as far as performances go, the real Rush golf clap goes to Mr. Bill Hader. The man kills it on screen, and that is not to be taken literally, so that is not a spoiler. But the man puts in that work. And as an improv person, one of my former drama teachers once told me that if you can master improv, you can nail any role. And Bill Hader just proved that tenfold. He fucking nails it. Rocks his role, knocks that shit out of the park. So kudos to you, Mr. Hader. It's almost 3 hours long. It's 2 hours 45 minutes. It does not feel like it's almost 2 hours and 45 minutes. Honestly, to me, it felt somewhere around the 2 hour mark. My ass wasn't too numb by the time I left the theater around 10 after 7 o'clock showing. So that, plus the fact that usually in a lot of, sequel type of movies as of recent years, more or less, more times than not, it seems like they try to rush the storyline along just to get to that thrilling climax. And that's not done in this movie. Nothing's rushed. Everything does take its time. It's nice and well laid out. You don't miss a beat. And it also does not seem like it's almost 3 hours long. So that's also a main selling point as well. There are a couple of The Shining references in it. A couple of them are pretty obvious, but I want to know if y'all can spot The Shining reference in the library. Get back to me if you do. That's not a spoiler. I just gave you motherfuckers something to look for. Only thing that I would warn anybody about this movie about is the opening scene. The opening scene does have a pretty brutal depiction of some shit that goes down. Got my ire all up, got my blood pressure all up, got my fists all clenched and shit. So just be on the lookout for that. Once you get past that, everything's gravy. But It Chapter 2, y'all, well done. Must see. Especially if you saw the first one. A lot of people on Thursday, when they found out that I was going to go see It Chapter 2, they're like, shit, you going to go see It Chapter 2? I'm jealous. Don't be jealous. It's for everybody. You can go see it too. Hey, you can go see it too. I did my own pun and I ain't even playing that shit. But yeah, It 2 is dope as hell. It Chapter 2, that is. Go see it. It's playing in theaters everywhere. Obviously, I'm going to recommend see it in the highest quality possible so you can get the highest quality possible scares out of this joint. Jump out your seat and all that shit. Go have yourself a fun time. And then get back to your boy. Hey, let me know what you thought about it. Because I have heard back from some people that didn't think too highly of it. So, let your boy know what you liked about it, what didn't you like about it, and maybe we'll converse a little bit later on. But It Chapter 2, right now, is playing theaters everywhere. Go check that shit out, y'all. Have fun. Mm-hmm. Next up on this episode is Real Rush Tickets. We're going to go down to a little bit of serious fare. And this is what we had as our Friday Night Angelica feature yesterday. I'm talking about the new film from director Gavin Hood, director of Eye in the Sky and X-Men Origins Wolverine. This one is called Official Secrets. This stars Keira Knightley. Keira, I need to say no more. I could spend the rest of this episode just, drooling over Miss Keira Knightley and all that, but this is not the drool over Keira Knightley show. This is the Real Rush. So I gotta tell you about the movie. So, Official Secrets. It does star Keira Knightley. And she stars as Catherine Gunn. And this is based on the true story of Miss Catherine Gunn, who was an analyst for GBHQ in the early 2000s. She basically would listen to chatter, dignitaries and, people around the nation, just to, have an ear open because, Big Brother's always listening. Well, there you go. She was part of Big Sister. Well, she comes across some shit. And like I said, this is based on a true story, where she finds out that the U.S. and Great Britain, and President Bush and Prime Minister Tony Blair at the time, in collusion, try to get the war against Iraq, really ramped up. But it turns out that, much like most wars, but I'm not going to go down that political lane there, that this one is actually, an illegal war. It's about to be started for no reason. She feels that innocent lives are going to be taken for absolutely no reason. All basically coming down to the point that this is a war that doesn't need to happen. So she comes across this document, sends it off to the proper channels, hush hush, on the DL, try to get that story told. Well, a couple months later, she ends up getting charged with breaching the Official Secrets Act. So she's going to get branded as a traitor against her own country, even though she's trying to, in essence, save the world, man. She's looking at the bigger picture here, man. Anti-war and shit. This also stars Ray Fiennes, and this is a bad-ass movie. This is a good motherfucking movie, y'all. And if you don't know the true story behind this, much like any other true story that I've reviewed so far in this last year of The Real Rush, I recommend that you do not Wikipedia Miss Catherine Gunn or any of the circumstances surrounding, the basis of this movie. That way, it makes the story that much more intense when you do go to see the movie. Keira Knightley puts on an awesome performance. Once again, when does she never put on an awesome performance? And this movie was so good, I didn't think it was going to be possible. Because It Chapter 2 was really well done, but Official Secrets was that much better. I think it's the more important film, especially if you don't know the storyline behind it. And this still holds relevance to what's going on in, government shit these days. So, Official Secrets gets the pick for Real Rush Movie of the Week. It's currently in limited release, and I don't know why it's only in limited release. Because I feel like more movies like this need to be seen by a wider audience. Not just the fact so people can stop saying that there's nothing good playing, but this is an important story I feel that needs to be told if you don't already know the true story behind the whole thing. So, Official Secrets. It's currently playing at the Angelica. It will start playing at Cinema Arts this coming Friday. That will be Friday the 13th, I believe. Yes, Friday the 13th. Oh, shit. So if you're in the DC metropolitan area, those are your two spots that you want to check out. If you're not in the DC metropolitan area, check your IMDb, check your Fandango, and go see Official Secrets right now. Good drama, all around, 5 stars. When I went to Cinema Arts to go see Tel Aviv On Fire after this, they showed the preview for this as they're going to be showing it starting next week. And I heard some people behind me saying, ooh, that looks really good. I need to go see it. And I turned around without hesitation and I said, I just came from the Angelica, just saw that shit, 5 stars. They said, eh. And I said, eh. Now, when I went to go turn around, they were like, that dude's fucking wacko. Probably, but that's neither here or there. But main point being, Official Secrets is off the chain. Go see that movie. Not right now, but after this episode. Immediately following this episode, go see Official Secrets. Hell, make it a double feature with It Chapter 2 if they happen to be playing at the same theater. You're going to have a good double feature right there. That's good eating. That's good movie buffing. That's good movie watching. So Official Secrets, go check that shit out. 5 stars all the way. Boom. Last but most certainly not least on this episode's Real Rush Ticket, we have a newly released to U.S. audiences. I think this was actually filmed and released last year, but this is an Israeli film called Tel Aviv On Fire. And Tel Aviv On Fire is a satire, comedy, drama, that follows a man named Salam, who has been hired as a production assistant on his uncle's wildly popular soap opera called Tel Aviv On Fire. Now, as he's, as he has to make the trek every day from Jerusalem to Ramallah, where the Tel Aviv On Fire is being filmed. He has to go through a security checkpoint every single day, twice a day, since he has to go, from home to the studio and then back again. Well, one day on his way up there, he gets checked at the checkpoint. And the general in charge of the checkpoint sees that he's got the script. And he mentions that his wife, along with many other people around, are big fans of the show. So he starts saying, you know what? You need to make these changes, you need to make these changes, you need to make these changes. Or why are you saying that certain political figures are acting this way, because he's in a political position. He feels like their politics are being misrepresented. So they start working together. He ends up giving Salam better ideas, which Salam takes to the show, and that ends up furthering his career so he can become head writer of the show. But he doesn't really have control over what's going on here. So he comes to, is going to come to a crossroads at some point, is he going to choose, to, write for himself, or is he going to choose to live under the thumb of what everybody else tells him what needs to be written on the page as his own ideas? And this takes a pretty funny and in-depth look, I think, into, just how far things will go as far as like either political or social influences go into the making of an entertainment project. You got the people, like, if like a certain movie comes out, like, well, why did they do it this way? Like, that's not realistic, or that's not a accurate portrayal. Forgetting the fact, just throwing entertainment completely out the fucking window, just as if they're looking through a window of reality right there. So this movie does take a really good look into things like that. And much like the topic at hand, the fact that he's working on a soap opera, the film itself feels much like, or other way around, because you actually see the soap opera that's being filmed in the movie, but the story that surrounds the soap opera is much like a soap opera itself, cliffhangers and all. And that also is not giving anything away. I thoroughly enjoyed it. The screen that we saw this at Cinema Arts last night was actually a decent sized audience. So people are coming out to see this. And the audience did seem to enjoy it very thoroughly, as did myself. Out of all three movies this week, once again, we have not a single bad apple in the motherfucking bunch. Tel Aviv On Fire, currently playing in limited release. Like I stated, it is currently playing at Cinema Arts. If you are in the DC metropolitan area, and if you are not, definitely check your IMDb and your Fandango. Go check out your Tel Aviv On Fire and see how it just applies. Even though it is a foreign language movie, you can definitely identify with today's society. You can apply that. You can apply what's going on in America to Tel Aviv On Fire, and probably vice versa. So Tel Aviv On Fire, very enjoyable. Go check it out immediately. That's right. And that, my friends, is a wrap for episode 49 of The Real Rush, right here on YouTube. And of course, at this time, I would like to remind you, as always, about the third Friday monthly Bandit Show coming up in just less than 2 weeks up at the Stagecoach Theater Company in Ashburn, Virginia. Tickets are still on sale, but they are selling. You do want to get them. Try not to wait till you get to the door. You probably shouldn't do that. $12 online, $15 at the door. But since you're going to be buying your tickets online, I hook you up with the promo code JOHN in all caps. And once you use that, you get yourself a discount. So come on out Friday, September 20th, 7:30 p.m. Stagecoach Theater Company, where you can see your boy perform with his Bandits improv troupe and get your laugh on. And where can you go online to get your tickets? You can find them at stagecoachtc.com/stagecoach-bandits. Once again, that is Stagecoach, T as in Thomas, C as in cold as ice.com/stagecoach-bandits. Promo code John. Come on out. Laugh your ass off. And next up, or next week's Real Rush episode, monumental shit we're hitting again, because we'll be hitting episode 50 of the Real Rush next week. And what is your boy J-Dub gonna have a review for you next week? I almost sound like I was about to testify right there. What is your boy gonna have for you next week? What we're gonna have is, we're gonna have the Goldfinch. That's that new drama based off a Pulitzer Prize winning novel. And that's kind of got a vibe to me like it's either going to really be good or not sure. So we'll see how that comes out for you. We also going to have for you Hustlers. I'm actually, the more I see that trailer, the more interested in this movie I become. The first time I saw it, I was like, oh god, it doesn't look like it's going to be too hot, but I'm getting a little pumped up for that. So we got Hustlers on next week's Real Rush ticket. Then we got 2 documentaries. First one being Linda Ronstadt, The Sound of My Voice. I love me some good music documentaries, so I'm definitely looking forward to that one. And we also have Fiddler, A Miracle of Miracles, about the story behind the play and the beloved film Fiddler on the Roof and how it almost didn't happen. The trailer looks really interesting. I'm really interested to see that one as well. And possibly, this one's not set in stone, so if we don't get it next week, we'll get it when it premieres, when it officially premieres the week afterwards. But the Angelica is holding a special Thursday night showing of Downton Abbey, the movie. And I might go ahead and see that. I'm not sure yet, so don't take my word on that. That one will definitely be interesting, going to see a movie that is based off of a TV series of which I have never seen a single episode of before in my life. So it looks like I'm going to be like the best test rabbit for this movie to see how it fares as a standalone movie. If I can go see this movie and walk out not confused as to what the hell I just watched, then it did a good job of being a standalone movie. But we'll see what happens there. So Downtown Abbey, that just may be on our ticket next week, but we'll let you know when we get to episode 50. But until episode 50, as always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, any shit like that for your boy, please don't hesitate to go ahead and type those on into the YouTube page where you are viewing this week's episode of The Real Rush right here. For those who have subscribed to the Real Rush channel here on YouTube, thank you for doing so. If you haven't done so yet, what the hell are you waiting for? You want to be the first to know when your boy drops a new episode? And don't forget that The Real Rush holds that replay value. Any movie that was released theatrically within roughly the last year or so about the last 11 months and some change, if it's playing on Netflix or you've been waiting for it to come out on Blu-ray or whatever, and you're still on the fence about it, all you gotta do is go up to the search bar here on YouTube, type in quotation marks The Real Rush. Then outside the quotation marks following The Real Rush, you type the title of the movie that you're looking for, and then boom! You got yourself instant movie review on demand from your boy J-Dub, because The Real Rush has got your back, son. Huh? And as always, you can follow your boy on Instagram for my live movie check-ins as they occur, and that is at JDubChampion, hashtag The Real Rush. And for The Real Rush, ladies and gents, I am your boy, J-Dub. Thank you for watching once again. Remember, when you're at the movies, please don't do all the yibbering and the yabbering and the chitting and the chatting with the people beside you or on your phone, or, even turn the smartwatches off for a second, because every time you go to move, them shits like light up like it's fucking sunlight outside. Like, calm all that shit down, because I guarantee that any conversations and even the time, anything that you are looking for like that, I guarantee it's going to be waiting for you after the movie. Enjoy yourselves at the movies, ladies and gents. Have fun, y'all. Love J-Dub. And